Hey, how's it going, everyone? I'm Nathan with the ebookreader.com. For this video, I'm going to give you guys a review of the latest 7.8-inch e-reader from Onyx, the Nova 2. So it's largely the same as the previous model, but it's got a few upgrades. It still has the same design. You got that flush front screen here, and the back button below the screen. If you hold that button, it'll turn the front light on and off. It's got the plastic design on the back. It's not waterproof like some of the other models on the market these days. Power button's on top. On the bottom, you got USB-C port. It supports OTG, so that's one of the new features on this model. It can be used to connect keyboards, expandable storage, stuff like that. Like the previous model, the Nova 2 has the front light with adjustable color temperature, so you got the cool color, and you've also got the orange color. You can kind of blend the two as well. Overall, the front light evenness is pretty good. There's a little bit of a dark, sort of a dark strip at the bottom of the screen. You can see it a little bit more with the cool colored front light than with the orange colored front light, but overall, it is quite good. The Nova 2, it has a capacitive touchscreen and a Wacom touchscreen, so you can use your fingers, and interact with the screen. You can also do pinch zooming to zoom in, and you've also got the stylus. It comes with the typical, Onyx's typical black stylus here, so you can use it to write on the screen. You got the Note app as well, so you can write directly on your documents. You can write on your notes. We'll cover that more here a bit later. So here's the home screen layout. So you've got these different sections on the left. You got your settings and your shop and the apps. Then your section for your notes, and then your library. You've also got your storage section in here. It's basically just like a file manager. You can navigate through your storage this way, move stuff around. With this newer software, they got the notes. You got the regular notes here, and then you got your notes you've added to your ebooks on the side note feature. And then you've got the shop built in here. You can disable the shop if you like. They do have some English language books, not a whole lot of selection here, but you do have some classics you can download from the onboard shop. The built-in ebook app supports a number of formats. It's really good with PDFs. It's probably about the best PDF software you're going to get. And then you've got the like your quick settings menu up here. You can also adjust your front light from up here. You can adjust it from within the ebook app. So you've got access to a number of settings up here. You can adjust the global contrast. This is one of the newer ones with their Android 9 software. You can go in and make the text look darker. It does adjust like the image contrast as well, though, so you kind of got to use it a little bit sparingly. Depending on your situation here. So like I said, you can adjust the front light from up here as well. So you got the cool and the orange colors. You can also sync the two together. So if you want to like blend the two, and then you can adjust it that way, and it'll just sort of mix the two colors together. You've also got like the rotation adjustment up here. You can connect Bluetooth headphones or like a keyboard. You've got the different refresh modes. So if you wanted to use like a faster mode here, it won't refresh the screen. It'll work faster, but then it'll have more ghosting. Normal mode is best for most things. Like if you're using the web browser, you might want to switch to speed mode or A2 mode. But this little icon in the corner you can use to set different navigation options at different, like you can set it to have like screenshots, or you can go to your recent apps list, or you can set it to refresh the screen. So you can use that little navigation option for a bunch of different things. One of the best things it's used for is to like mess with third-party apps. So they have this app optimize feature where you can use to kind of fine-tune these third-party apps that aren't designed for e-ink screens to get them to work a little bit better. You can set the different refresh modes, different refresh frequency for and that contrast for your individual apps to help make them work better. So like this is the Kindle app, and the Kindle app does work well on Onyx's software here. You can use this contrast adjustment here to help make the text even darker. So yeah, this app does work well. It just sort of depends on the third-party app from app to app. Some work well, some don't. You got to kind of configure the app optimized settings to get the best out of them. So like I said, with the navigation ball right here, you can turn it off if you don't want to see it. Some people don't like seeing that ball in the corner. But with it on, you can set all these different things that you can use it for. So like you have these quick settings that you can just pop up right there if you want to take a screenshot or jump around the interface. So it does help to have that there. You can also access like the optimized features from the app drawer right here if you hold down, but it works better when you're using the app because then you can actually see the changes that are happening. So Onyx's devices, they run Android 9.0. Like I said, they can install apps. They have their own onboard app store right here where you can get like a lot of the stuff, like reading based stuff. And then you've also got like the Google Play Store on board if you want to set that up. Let's switch over to talk about the default reading app that comes built in. Like I said, it supports a number of formats. PDFs is probably the best software you're going to get as far as e-readers go. You got a number of options to lay out your page. So like with the 7.8-inch screen, it's probably not the best for PDFs right here, but like they have the Note 2 with the 10.3-inch screen. That's really quite nice, but it just sort of depends on your individual PDFs. Like you're seeing right here, this is how the natural layout is, but once you zoom it in, it's a lot easier to read. Just sort of kind of depends on what you're looking for. So Onyx's software, all kinds of different cropping and like navigation options. You can set it up for like comics or article mode to follow multiple columns. You can set it up with these different zoom levels. You got a custom zoom level. You got different cropping modes. So there's a lot of stuff as far as the layout goes that helps make it work well. And you've also got the onboard writing features. So this is something they recently added. You can write on ebooks now. So this is an EPUB. You can write directly on ebook documents. You've always been able to write on PDFs. So they've added it to like all the formats now. Another new feature with this newer software is they have the 2-page view, so you can switch over to landscape mode and view 2 different documents at once. So you can have like 2 PDFs open at once. You can have a PDF and a note open at once. So you got the split view. So this doesn't like extend to other apps. This is the Onyx's built-in app as far as these features go. You can also rotate the screen if you just wanted to use like the landscape mode in full view. So a lot of options with the setup on their ebook app here, and they've got the usual navigation options. You got the multi-page view. You can jump to pages, add bookmarks, look up stuff in the dictionary, you know, all the usual stuff. It also has text-to-speech as well, but this device, it doesn't have a speaker, so you'd have to hook up like a Bluetooth speaker or headphones. You got your table of contents view here. So the table of contents will work in split view or full view if you wanted to get the full screen view. And then you've got the different tabs for anything you've added for bookmarks or highlights, and then like your note pages. You can easily export that stuff. So again, you can write directly on the PDFs if you want, and you can also use the side note feature if you wanted to have the note app open next to your PDF, so you can view both at the same time. It's basically the same as the full note app when you have the have it open here next to your PDF. You got different templates if you wanted to have lined paper. And then you can use the zoom in feature as well. So the only thing is with the 7.8-inch screen, obviously you're not getting a whole lot of space to write here. You can use the zoom in feature if you want. It kind of helps a little bit, but this kind of stuff, it does work better on the larger note model when you're using the landscape mode with 2 documents. So here's a look at the note app. You can have your notes locked. This is one of the features. You can have a set for passwords, so it doesn't show your note and you have to enter the password to open it, or you can just have them have no password, just have them unlocked to access. And then when you're unlocked, you can see the thumbnail of the note, see what it looks like. So the one thing about their note app is it doesn't actually support landscape mode. You can obviously use it in landscape if you want. The menus remain in portrait mode. So the response to the pen, I mean, none of this stuff has changed. I talked about this in all the previous like 5 different videos. Nothing has really changed. So, I mean, Wacom touchscreen works pretty well. It's got a little bit of delay for the most part. You know, it's not really much you notice. Once you get writing, you got the different features in here as far as your pens. You got different line thickness settings you can set up if you want thin lines, thick lines. Then the pen, there's the pressure sensitive pen and the non-pressure sensitive pen. So if you're using the non-pressure sensitive, like the line will be consistently, you know, the same size. No matter what your pressure is. So if you're using the pressure sensitive pen, the line varies, but depending on how hard you're pressing down. So thin and thick at the same time. If you're just depends on how you're writing, gives you a little more natural experience. So you can use the end for an eraser. There's also a button on the side here. If you press the button, you can use that as an eraser. That'll erase the full stroke, and you can also use a touch-up eraser if you just want to erase like small spots if you're doing drawings or something. And you can erase everything as well quickly, just get rid of it all. You got different pen colors, black by default, and you got these. Obviously these won't show up on the ink screen, but when you export them to another device, you'll have the different colors. You got the move option. You can resize and move your anything you write on the screen here using this little icon here. And you've also got the zoom. Sometimes this can kind of interfere with the handwriting, so you can turn off capacitive right there. And sometimes it kind of triggers the zoom when you're just writing. So Onyx has added a number of features to the Note app over the past year. You can use your stylus to type. This model has a mic, so you can use voice typing. I find that it's not working very well though. It's not hearing me a lot of the times, and it does have a tendency to group words together. One of the cooler features with the Note app is you can use the stylus on the Onyx's keyboard, you have to be using Onyx's keyboard. You can actually use this in any part of the interface, not just the note app here, but you can use the stylus to enter text, and it will convert your handwritten notes to typed text. You can also use their conversion feature with your notes. So if you write something like in the note app here, you can use their conversion option here. The only problem is it's just not that accurate. I mean, it'll get it pretty close, but for some reasons it'll like invert words sometimes. It'll like group words together. I have no idea why it's putting notes before convert when you go back here and notes isn't before convert, so I don't know what it's talking about. But yeah, I mean, it kind of works. You do have to like clean it up a bit. It is a cool feature though. It just needs some more refining. So you got some different templates that come preloaded on here. You can also load in your own templates, or just PDFs, and then there's some more available in the cloud here. So you do have a good selection of templates to choose from. So there are a number of ways to get your notes off of this device. You can use the export feature, and it will export your, you can export as a ping or a PDF file. If you just want to take an image, it'll do the ping. Actually, this is a pretty cool feature I use all the time. You hit the share option, and it will generate a QR code. So if you just scan the QR code with your mobile device, you can easily transfer the note to your other device in just a matter of seconds here. So it'll just pop it up right there. So it's really easy to transfer your documents to your mobile devices if need be. Another new feature they added a while back is the option to insert pictures into their note app here. So I don't really have any pictures on the device other than this screenshot I took earlier, but yeah, you can add notes and pictures into their note app now. The note app supports these services as far as syncing goes. You're not going to really be able to use third-party notes because they're not designed for e-ink screen, so there's going to be a lot of lag, whereas this note app is designed specifically for the e-ink screen. Other things in here, you can enable the shop, disable the shop, and then you got to go in and set up your Google Play. So you got a number of apps pre-installed on here, like calculators and calendar and like the usual Google apps that come preloaded with stuff. And you can load some other apps through their app store or through Google Play if you want to set it up. So the Nova 2 is a lot more advanced than your typical e-reader with the OTG support. You got the Android 9.0 operating system, and you got the stylus support. You can even like use a Bluetooth keyboard to type notes if you wanted to. So a lot more advanced than your typical e-reader. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this review right here. Check out the ebookreader.com for the full review. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.